How did the Taft-Hartley Act affect labor unions? Have you ever wondered how a piece of legislation from the late 1940s could shape the future of labor unions in America? The Taft-Hartley Act, passed in 1947, did just that. This law introduced significant changes that impacted labor unions and their operations. It amended the earlier National Labor Relations Act and aimed to balance the power between labor and business interests in a capitalist economy. One of the most notable effects of the Taft-Hartley Act was the restriction of union security agreements. It made the closed shop illegal, which meant that workers could no longer be required to join a union to get a job. Additionally, the act allowed states to implement right-to-work laws. These laws prevent agreements that requiring workers to pay union dues as a condition of employment. This shift weakened unions by reducing their financial resources and bargaining power. The act also imposed limitations on union activities. Several tactics that unions relied on were banned. For instance, secondary boycotts, which pressured third parties to stop doing business with an employer in dispute, were prohibited. Jurisdictional strikes, where unions fought over job assignments, and wildcat strikes, which occurred without union authorization, were also restricted. These limitations made it harder for unions to organize and maintain solidarity across different industries. Another important aspect of the Taft-Hartley Act was how it affected free speech rights. Employers were granted the ability to express anti-union views during organizing campaigns, while unions faced restrictions on their speech. This created an environment where employers could more effectively discourage unionization efforts. The act also required union leaders to sign affidavits stating they were not members of the Communist Party. This requirement reflected the political climate of the time and added a layer of government oversight over union leadership. The long-term impact of the Taft-Hartley Act on union membership and power has been significant. By limiting the ability to requiring union membership and restricting certain union tactics, the act contributed to a steady decline in union density. Over the decades, union membership fell sharply, influenced by these legal constraints and economic shifts favoring non-unionized sectors. From a capitalism perspective, the Taft-Hartley Act aimed to balance labor's power with the interests of employers. It sought to prevent union practices that could disrupt business operations and economic stability. By limiting compulsory union membership and restricting certain strike tactics, the act aimed to preserve individual worker choice and reduce union dominance. In the broader context of capitalism, this legislation highlights the ongoing tension between labor and capital. While unions play a vital role in protecting workers' rights, unchecked union power can challenge business efficiency. The Taft-Hartley Act represents a regulatory approach to maintain this balance, ensuring that labor unions operate within a framework that supports economic growth and market dynamics.